Welcome back to What's Inside. I'm Lincoln and this is Dan, and today we are going to see what's inside Steph Curry's signature shoes.
So these shoes are pretty hyped. Steph Curry, if you don't know, is one of the greatest basketball players in the world. As of this year, he is the highest paid basketball player in the entire NBA. LeBron James is number 2, and the awesome thing is right now they are facing off in the NBA Finals for 2018. If you remember last year, 2017, the Warriors beat the Cavaliers for the championship. Woo! Lincoln likes the Warriors. We were able to have a unique opportunity where we met Kevin Durant and he signed his own shoe, his ginormous size 18 shoe.
And I beat him in basketball.
Really? Lincoln versus the Finals MVP.
All right, you can't jolt around the whole time.
Oh!
Kevin Durant still, you're the MVP. You're a much better basketball player than Lincoln. But we cut open his shoes, we were able to see some interesting things. We also this year cut open a signed $1,000 big baller brand Lonzo Ball shoe. He was a rookie that was more hyped than any rookie we've had in years.
Stay in your lane.
That was an interesting one. We'll link both of those videos at the end. But today is an important day because we have never taken apart and cut in half an Under Armour shoe. As of a couple of years ago, more than 9 out of 10 players used Nike shoes. This is the Steph Curry one. This officially debuted in January of 2015.
Oh, these are cool.
They say that they are charged. It's pretty heavy. It's got a little lightning bolt on it. It is traditional Warriors colors. Steph wore a bunch of different versions of these when he played in the first year. The Curry ones came with this card from Steph Curry. It says, first and foremost, I want to thank you for choosing to wear my first signature basketball shoe, the Curry One. Creating this shoe and bringing it to players who love the game as much as I do has been a humbling experience. See, that's what I like about Steph Curry. He's a humble guy. He really is. He's a family man. He doesn't seem to let the fame get to him. He's just humble, great guy, great family.
Curry with the pop, boy.
This is the first year. Let's look at the most recent year, which are the Steph Curry 5s that just came out a few weeks ago. Now, the thing that I like about these shoes is they had one of the best commercials that I've seen anybody do.
With Marquez!
I'm a professional.
And he says that he did the operating system for these shoes.
Honestly, this is the best operating system anyone's ever seen, period.
Which this box has numbers all over the front, like it's some sort of code, like it's the operating system.
It's silly fast.
So if MKBHD is a part of it,
then it must be awesome.
I'm a professional.
It must be.
Maximum capacity.
I'm gonna link this video, you can go watch it. I don't know how it only has, at the time that I watched it last night, it was like 270,000 views. That video should have a lot more because it is awesome.
Maximum capacity.
Anyway, let's open these up, check them out. So these are the Steph Curry 5s. Look at the bottom, it has this square right here that's turned a little bit in the shoe. It also has the rainbow coloring on top, the colorway on the front and back, which kind of looks like some of the KD10s from last year with the rainbow that I like.
Yes.
It does seem to have like the stretchy Flyknit type stuff that is on there. Look at the gap underneath here. It's huge. It's like an inch thick of just a hole that's under there. This is a good looking shoe, and you can see the difference from 2015 to 2018. And we had to buy one more pair of Steph Curry shoes because when it came out, people looked at them and they were so embarrassed. Nike has been around since Jordan's early years, where Under Armour has not been doing basketball shoes forever. You're going to have some mistakes along the way. This is one that basketball people would say is a mistake. These are the Steph Curry grandpa shoe because it looks kind of like a grandpa shoe. It looks really boring. It's white, it's a low top, it's kind of like a loafer.
See those shoes doing very well with fans in Fort Lauderdale.
The bottom, the way that the grip looks, I actually like it.
Maximum capacity.
A lot of us only know Nike, and so to put on Under Armour shoes, it's kind of a big shift. For Lincoln, when I go to his competitive league basketball games, how many kids do you think wear Under Armour versus Nike?
Probably around half of them wear Steph Curry shoes.
Half of the kids. What does the future look like for Under Armour? I think it looks pretty bright because of that.
Yeah.
But in order to understand how they even got to here, you have to understand this crazy story.
It's crazy.
So So from 2009 to 2013, Steph Curry was signed with Nike the entire time. In 2013, Steph Curry went to do his meeting with Nike to decide whether to sign for the next few years for a shoe contract. And during that meeting, there are a few things that went wrong. They called him Stephon Curry.
I just get my name mispronounced all the time.
Didn't that prevent you from going to Nike?
That's been written. I think it might be true.
Do you really care about me and think about me when you can't even pronounce my name right? And they didn't correct it, they said it multiple times. And then, another bad part, on one of the slides, it looked like they just copy and pasted from another slide deck, and they had Kevin Durant slide, like his picture and his name on the slide, and they're like, oh, whoops, we messed up on this.
Were you bothered by that?
A little.
Maximum capacity.
It's reported that they offered him around $2 million a year for his shoe deal and not giving him a signature shoe, like these are signature shoes, these are the Steph Curry shoes. They were just going to let him wear Nike, so he clearly wasn't labeled as a top tier athlete to Nike. So then he goes and meets with Under Armour. Smaller shoe company, big in some of the clothing apparel space at the time. They offered him reportedly over $4 million a year, but to sweeten the deal, they said, we will give you your own signature shoes, which they did, and we will give you ownership in Under Armour company, so like company stock ownership. October 2013, he signed with them. Fast forward to January 2015, which incidentally is the time that we started our YouTube channel. That's kind of a cool side note. They released this Steph Curry 1 shoe and their shoe sales went up 754%. Huge win.
Sounds like a lot.
Yes, it's an interesting story in the history of business and taking risks and spending money on different athletes and where your priorities are and kind of, oh man, I can't believe what happened with Nike. We've talked a lot about these shoes.
Let's go get the movie!
We are back in the garage of our neighbor Steve, who helps us out with all of our shoe videos because he has this saw that actually works. That's pretty good. Okay, that one's ready to go. Grandpa shoes.
Grandpa shoes!
Grandpa laces are off. This one's a little hard to do because out of all of them, I do like this the most. Oh, baby.
Maximum capacity.
We are back, and we have all the shoes cut open in front of us.
Split them open. Boom, bada, boom. There's the fives. When you lift it up, you can see there's a couple different layers. This is the sole that's really soft. And then it has this other layer right here that's like a Kevlar from a bulletproof vest, like it feels like that type of material. And then the first layer of the foam in the shoe, foam is what they call it, it does have 3 lines that go through it. I'd be curious to know what Under Armour is thinking with that and what type of support and cushion that provides for your foot, but there definitely was some thought put into that.
These feel more squishy.
The ones?
Yeah, but it's strange that they have all this black stuff on it. And like, it's hard right here. That's hard.
So this is the first one. The ones are the first one to come out with this charged. It's supposed to be really flexible and soft, but when you're playing, it stiffens up, really interesting. And I think a lot of it might do with this hard layer right there in the middle.
Yeah. For this one, the bottom right here, that's hard.
Okay.
Which is a bit strange. Where your heel goes, it's hard.
The sole has one of the best, like grippiest, and one of the highest rated soles that people have had. They really, really like that. They compared it to a lot of the top Jordan shoes that have been out over the years and some of the top Kobe's that have been out. This shoe is good looking and I like the feel of it.
Yeah.
The inside of it does look good. They have some things going on for it, like with these lines, these air pocket lines, with the sole, with the gap in the middle. And so I'm excited to see the future and to see what they can come up with, because just in 3 years of signature shoes, they've really come a long way and they've learned a lot. And I like that about this company. Companies like Nike, they've had 30, 40 years of making signature designer shoes for different top key athletes that play at the highest level. They've already got the market share, they have years of engineering that are behind it. Maybe that's part of the reason why they're going to offer half as much. Sometimes I like an underdog, and Steph Curry, He's a smaller.
Underdog,
Yeah.
Under Armour, underdog,
There we go. And now the most important question: who do you have for the Warriors versus the Cavs?
Warriors!
Hope that you guys like this. Let us know what other shoes you would like to see.
What shoe?
And let us know in the comments below which is your favorite, Nike or Under Armour. I want to know which one is better.
Ooh.
Which one is going to be better in 10 years from now? That is the question. And share this with your friends that are Warriors fans or Cleveland fans or Under Armour fans or Nike fans. Thanks for watching.
All your friends. Bye!
It doesn't
Oh,
look
that
as
must be
cool.
so hard to put your shoes on.